Happy live streaming Saturday. It's been a hot minute since we've done this. Hey, I want to talk about funnels today. If you are making lots of content, but you don't have lots of people in your inbox or DMing you or calling you, just trying to contact you and saying, hey, I need help. I want you to help me. You don't have a funnel problem. You have a lack of funnel problem. Think about all the top agents in your market. They all have systems. They are not super producers just because they work harder than everyone else because they hustle more. Might be a few people that do that, but they got systems, right? They have things in place to help make their life easier. And that's what a funnel does for you. So I want to talk about funnels today, how you can get one for yourself, what it will do for you, and why it will make your life so much easier. So here is the first comment that I see. I want to create a funnel based on a webinar we've created in strategy. I would love to hear more about this. What is the webinar? Is it like a first-time home buyer seminar type webinar? If you want to tell me a little bit more about it, I think this would be a brilliant idea because you're going to go through all of the time to make your webinar, your presentation, and you need to drive traffic to it, and then you need to follow up with those people, and we don't want to have a very weak follow-up system. If you're going to take the time to do this, we want this to be something that really generates a lot of business for you. And it certainly can. So thanks for joining me today. As you're hopping on, let us know where you're tuning in from. I always see that. And if you have a funnel now that is working for you, I want to hear that too. And if you don't, that's okay. That's why we're talking about funnels today. So thanks for those of you that are here live with me. And if you're catching it on the replay, thanks for doing that too. So what exactly does a funnel do? It's going to build your list for you, your database for you, your list of prospects, your pipeline. It's going to build it for you automatically. It's going to attract leads while you sleep, while you're on a cruise, while you're at a closing, while you're sick in bed with the flu. It's going to work for you 24 hours a day. So you take the time to build it, to set it up once, and then you pretty much don't have to touch it again. And the more you drive traffic to it, the better it will perform. It filters out the tire kickers and the time wasters. People are not going to fill out a form to go into your database knowing that you're going to follow up with them if they're not ready for you to do that. So we kind of self-select the people who are just not ready to talk to an agent right out of the entire process, which is awesome. And you get people that are coming to you saying, I need an agent. I would like your help, instead of you having to chase people that don't want to be chased, instead of you having to constantly do all of the cold outreach, trying to reach people that want to buy or sell a house in the market that you serve. And we know how that goes, right? When we do cold outreach, what I found, like I haven't cold called anybody since 2017, but when I was cold calling because I was new in town and I had to get business somehow, and I did it, even though I hated every freaking minute of it. What I found was the people that responded to a cold call were typically difficult people to work with. They wanted a deal. They had champagne tastes on a beer budget. They wanted me to do all of the things to list their house, but they didn't want to pay the commission that I was asking. They wanted to haggle. They wanted me to work 24 hours a day and ignore all my other clients and give them my undivided attention, because that's the kind of person that I seemed to get on the other end of the phone when I cold called people. The people that hired me were typically the people that I didn't ever want to have a repeat transaction from. Can you feel me? Hello, Celebrity Probate Insider. I see we've changed the name of the YouTube channel. That is awesome. I love it. I love that Michelle has really focused in on her niche, which is probate, and she is owning it and going for it. Woohoo! What platform do you suggest? Oh, I am so going to get there, but thank you, Regina, for asking that question. We're going to go over all of that stuff today. And hi in Peachtree City. Hey, I'm coming your way. When is it? July. So I'll have to give you some details. I'm going to be speaking at an event that my friend TJ McGraw is going to be holding. And I'm pretty sure he said it's in Peachtree City. And it's in July. And I think it's just a one-day thing. And I'm probably going to talk about funnels, because either that or YouTube. my two favorite topics, right? Very cool. Awesome. Hi, everybody. Okay, so that's what the funnel does. What are the parts of the funnel? We need an offer. We need something that's like, hey, I have this thing for you. It is super, super helpful. It will answer your questions. It will solve a problem that you have. Do you want it? It can be a PDF download. It can be an ebook. It could be a video. It could be a video series. It could be a webinar, like come to my live first time home buyer purchasing seminar. Like it could be whatever you want it to be. I have usually had the best luck with PDF downloads. So it's kind of an ebook, but it's not 20 pages of single spaced text where you go to read it and your eyes go crossed. It's really not, it's like a very high level overview of what it is that you're talking about, but you don't give them everything they need to know. So for example, let's say that this is a person who is considering selling their house FSBO, and you make a guide called the FSBO Support Kit. You want to do this on your own? Cool. Here's all the stuff that you're going to need. Now, do we really want them to run out there and list it FSBO? No, we really don't. We want them to go, oh, this is really hard. This is going to require a lot more work, and I don't know how to do 90% of these things. So maybe I should just hire a real estate agent to list my house instead. So we tell them all of the things that they need to do, but we don't tell them how to do it, right? So you put together this guide. Maybe it's 10 pages long. There's a cover page, and then there's your about the author page that says, this is me, this is what I do, this is the area that I service, this is, all of my experience, and here's how you can contact me if you want to talk about potentially having me list your house instead. Or maybe you want to have them hire you as a consultant. So you'll come in and you'll tell them everything to do, and you charge them a flat fee for that service, but you don't represent them in the transaction. However it is that you do your business, you do you, but you would have some sort of call to action at the end of that document. And then the 8 pages in the middle are basically overwhelming them with all the crap they got to do so that you make their head spin and they think, oh my gosh, now I know why agents charge money, because this is a lot. So we have the offer. And whether it's a first-time buyer, whether it is somebody relocating to your area, whether it is a seller, whether it is somebody who wants to buy their first investment property, just think, who am I talking to? And what is it that they're trying to do? And how could I make this guide that would be something I could deliver to them, but makes them realize that they need more help? And so the goal is they're going to get it in their hot little hand and then want to talk to you. They're going to want to schedule a call with you or an appointment with you so they could talk about working with you in the future. That's the goal. So we don't want to, this is not your thesis, right? This is not going to be a really, really long document. It's going to be the basics with some pictures in it so it looks really pretty. And we want them to be able to go through it in about 15 minutes. I want them to be able to sit down and go through it in a single sitting and feel like, okay, this really told me a lot. But now I got all these new questions. So maybe I should call this person and ask some questions and find out a little bit more. So we need that. Then we need the landing page where we send them to download this thing, because you don't want to make this wonderful document and then just give it to people without getting all of their contact information in return. I see people that will put it on their website and it's right there. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you not make them fill out a form? You want to collect their contact information so that you can follow up with them, so you can build a relationship and nurture it. So we've got to send them to a page that will, in fact, I have a little visual here. I'll share my screen and I'll go along with that. So we got our website opt-in form. It basically says, what's your name? What's your email address? You can ask for their phone number if you want to. If they put it in, yay, because now I can text them and I can call them, assuming it was a cell phone, which everybody uses these days. If you don't ask for their phone number, no, that's no problem. As long as we have a valid email address, we can still follow up with them. And then we're going to deliver this lead magnet. We want their information to go into your database, your CRM, and we want it to start an automated follow-up sequence. So it does not matter what software you use as long as it can do those things. So I've got some suggestions for you and I can show you things. But truly, it doesn't matter. If you have a website that can make a landing page, awesome. If you don't have a website at all, just get some software that can make a landing page. And it's far less expensive. It doesn't have to be a full-blown website with an IDX feed and all of that kind of stuff. I'm assuming everybody has a CRM at this point. It doesn't have to have all of the bells and whistles. It just needs to automatically connect to the landing page, the website, the landing page software, so that when somebody fills out the form, they automatically go into that CRM. Learn from my mistake. I did this when I was brand new and I didn't really have a CRM, but I had the website. People would fill out that form and I would get an email that was like, ding, 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 you have a new lead. And then I would have to manually email them the PDF guide. And if it happened while I was driving, then they didn't get it for like an hour. If it happened when I was with a client showing houses, they would get it 3 hours later. That's not good. You do not want to have that happen. You want your CRM software to deliver it immediately, because once they fill out that form and they go on to something else, they forget. They totally forget that they ever asked for it, that they filled out that form. If it shows up hours later, it doesn't make you look very on the ball and professional. So we want it to show up immediately. And that's what CRMs do. So it will do it as long as you set it up to do it that way, right? So to get that whole ball rolling, what do we need? We need a traffic source. You can make a YouTube video. You can post on Facebook. You could do an Instagram reel. You can post on LinkedIn. You could send an email to everybody in your database. Although if you do that, you already have their email address because they're in your database, but that's okay. Maybe we're trying to re-engage old leads that have gone stagnant. And we're like, hey, you still thinking about doing this? And if they fill out that form, now we know that they're still interested, which would be a great thing. I find that YouTube videos are amazing for this, because any video, honestly, any platform where you are on video, this works super, super well because they're watching you talk about the topic. So using this example of the FSBO support kit, you're talking about, gosh, what's an example? Like I did a video a bazillion years ago called How to Increase Your Zestimate. I was planning to move from Atlanta to Savannah, got on Zillow, looked at the Zestimate. It was completely wrong. They did not know that we had a finished basement. They did not know that we had recently remodeled the kitchen and it was amazing. They did not know that we had this giant custom built screened in back porch. They didn't know any of that stuff. They had the bedroom count wrong. They had the square footage count wrong. Everything was wrong. So I went in and I was like, I'm the owner of this house, and I corrected all the information, and boom, like within 2 days, the Zestimate went up $50,000, something like that. So I made a video on how to increase your Zestimate, because we all know that sellers think the Zestimate is the end all be all. That is the sign from God that is what your house is worth. Totally just whacked my desk with my elbow and shook my whole camera. Sorry about that. I get excited when I'm talking. And so you can make a video about how to increase your Zestimate. Pardon me. You're talking to someone that is thinking about selling their house. They are probably thinking about doing it for sale by owner because they're interested in Zillow. And they think, all I got to do is put it on Zillow. I'm going to be flooded with offers. I won't have to pay an agent, right? So you're making your video and then you say, but do you know all the things that you're going to need to do in order to sell your house for sale by owner? I have a FSBO seller support kit down below. Click the link, go to my website, download it. It's totally free. It will tell you everything that you need to know if you're planning on selling your house yourself. There you go. So we made a piece of traffic driving to, or piece of content driving traffic to that landing page. Do you only do it one time? No, you could do it again a month from now. You could do it again next week on a different platform. You could do it again every couple of weeks, but let's do YouTube and then Facebook and then Instagram and then go back to YouTube. We can do it over and over again. And if you put it, you say it verbally in your YouTube video, you put it in the description below the video. Those videos on YouTube are evergreen. People will find them. Like I still get leads from that video, and I think I made it in 2017. It was when I still lived in Atlanta. So it might have even been 2016. It was a long time ago. And I still have people downloading that thing. It cracks me up that here we are, what, 8 years later, and I'm still getting leads from that thing. Even though I don't live in that area, I don't service the Metro Atlanta area anymore. I don't even service the Metro Savannah area anymore because I've retired from selling real estate. So they work very, very well. If you have a different platform of choice, it won't last forever. Like you put it on Instagram and it will probably get a whole flurry of activity for the first few days and then it kind of peters out. So you'll want to repeat it, do it again a couple weeks later, a month later, maybe do a story this time instead of a reel, maybe do a post this time. You can change it all up, but keep driving traffic to it. You don't need 17 funnels. You just need 17 pieces of content that are all driving traffic to that funnel. And it doesn't have to be 17. That's just a number I pulled out of thin air. And then you can create a different funnel. So if you're like, this one is working really well for me, maybe now I want to get one for buyers. And you create a different funnel, a different offer, a different landing page, a different follow-up email sequence. And then you start making new pieces of content to drive traffic to that funnel instead. It works really, really well. Funnels, baby. Yeah, I love that. If you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat. All right. So earlier we were talking about, these are the components, right? In what order do we build all this stuff? I would make your offer first, whether it's a video, whether it's a PDF download, whatever that is, I would make that first. Then I would make my email follow-up sequence because that'll take a little bit of time. How many emails do you want to send them? I would recommend them that you send them at least 12 emails, because I don't know if you know this or not, but people don't open every email that you send them. I know, it's shocking, right? People are not going to open every single email. So we need more opportunities to get in front of them. So I would say at least 12 emails, and I would send them one a day for 12 days. And then if you want to back off after that, if you want to keep going and like one a day for 30 days, more power to you. I think that would be amazing. But I would definitely do it for a minimum of 12 days. Now, what do these emails look like? They are not what you think. They are not the typical ones that come with your CRM. So here's an example. Email number 1 delivers the guide. And the subject basically says, hey, here's that thing that you wanted. And then the body just would say, hi, so-and-so, I'm really excited that you requested a copy of my guide. Insert the name of your guide. Please reply back after you've gone through it and let me know what questions you have. Click here to download the guide. That's it. It is not a huge, long email saying, I've been licensed for 20 years and I have all these designations and I'm a top producing agent in my market. You don't have to do any of that. You have to put your contact information down below, and you always have to have a button that says, click here to unsubscribe at any time. You don't want to violate the Can Spam Act. But it's not a big, let me tell you all about me and why I am so awesome and you need to work with me. It is, here is the guide. You got any questions? The next day I would say, like, hey, I sent you that guide again. Wanted to make sure you saw it. Did you see mistake number 3? This thing trips up so many people. So it's kind of like, let's say that they got it, but they haven't gone through it yet. You sent them the email, they have the link, but they didn't bother to download it. They haven't looked at it yet. So maybe they're going to say, oh, I haven't read it yet. That's a good memory jog. I should go look at that thing. And you're saying, did you see mistake number 3? So you're drawing their attention to something in that guide and make them go, I never thought about that before. That's a good point. And maybe they come up with more questions about this thing. It would be a great way to, like, hey, go look at that guide. You asked for it. I sent it to you. Do you have any questions about it? Let me draw your attention to something really important in that guide. And we're just going to keep doing it over and over for the next several days. I would say offer, like value, offer. So here's the guide. Here's another thing that was in the guide. This is something that always people seem to struggle with. And you're sprinkling things in like, I've helped so many FSBO sellers who tried to list their house on their own and they just couldn't get it sold. And once we listed it, not only did it sell fast, but it sold for more than they were asking when they had it listed for sale by owner, which made it essentially free. Like, you can drop in little stories in your emails that showcase your expertise without making it a big soliloquy about how awesome you are. You're just like dropping little hints of, if this was a thing for first-time buyers, you can say something to the effect of, like, I've helped so many first-time buyers and most of them thought you had to have 20% down and they were very happy to find out that they were wrong. Say something like that. It's not a big, look at me, I'm so fabulous. It's just like dropping little stories in that showcase what you're actually talking about, which is always a good thing. Okay, let's talk about software. So I have a full-blown real estate website that I have had for, since 2016. So it is called Easy Agent Pro. I love it. I've been using it for 8 years now, going on 9. I have no complaints with it. It is a full-blown website. It has the IDX feed and all that kind of stuff. If you need a big website and you're not happy with what you have now, I put it in the description below the video so that you could check it out. If you use my name as the promo code, they give you some sort of discount. I can't remember what it all is, but feel free to check it out. And pardon me, I haven't talked this much in a long time. This is what the landing page would look like. It is very, very simple. It has your logo. It has the headline. What is it that you are offering? It has a paragraph of, let's go into a little bit more detail about the thing that I am offering. It has a picture of the thing that I am offering. And then we have a button or a form where they're going to put in their information. So on this particular landing page, it's a button. But if your website gives you the opportunity to just put the form right on the page, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Do whatever you think looks better. And then ask for as little information as possible. My recommendation is that as little information as necessary, because the more you ask for, the less likely they are to fill it out. I don't ever ask for just first name and email address. I figure if they're serious, they're going to give me at least their last name too. So I ask for first name and last name. And in my CRM, they are 2 different fields. If your CRM, it's just full name, then put it in here as full name. Because when it goes into your CRM, we want the fields to align. You know what I'm saying? We have to get their email address. You could even change this. And instead of please enter your information below, I would say enter your best email below. And that way they know, oh, if I put in my fake email address, I'm not going to get the guide. Because I know you all do that. I do that. I have a Yahoo email address that I think I have had since 1996. I think that's when I got it. I don't use it for anything except signing up for mailing lists. And every time I go in there, I've got 798 unread messages and I open none of them because, listen, Banana Republic, you do not need to send me a sales flyer twice a day, every single day. So anytime I'm putting myself on a mailing list, I use the Yahoo email address. But if you say enter your best email, it kind of lets them know, oh, maybe I should put in something that I'm going to check regularly. And if they put in their spam email address, there's nothing you can do about it, but whatever. This one I really like. So in my website, we can turn it on and off. We can hide it if we want to, but I leave it in there because how soon are you looking to move is a very non-threatening way to ask that question. And they tell me every time somebody fills out these forms, they say 30 days, 60 days, 2 years from now. I had one guy say 7 years from now, but he put in his phone number. So I called him and I was like, if you didn't want to talk to me, you didn't have to say 7 years from now. Like I wouldn't have followed up with you, except you gave me your phone number. And he laughed and he's like, no, really, when we retire in 7 years, we want to move to the area. It was hilarious that it really was 7 years. I'm like, you are the most proactive person ever. Good for you. So that is really it. It's very, very simple. There is no headshot of me. There is no big, long description of me. It is simply the headline, the logo to be compliant. Like you have to have your brokerage information to be compliant, a brief description of what it is that they're going to get. And then if this is a PDF guide, what I do is I go over to Canva, I download the entire guide as a PDF, but I also download just the cover page as a JPEG or a PNG. And then I come and I upload it here. So now we have a picture of what it is that they're going to get. And then they're going to go to a thank you page. So your thank you page basically just says, thanks so much. Go check your email. That's it. It's really all it's going to say. So you make a second page that is literally just a thank you. Your guide is on its way. Go check your inbox. If you don't see it in 10 minutes, email me back and put your email address in there, just because sometimes it goes to their spam folder or it disappears into the internet. And now you're at least giving them a way to contact you if they don't receive it right away. So it's really very simple. As far as writing the email sequence, you're going to write it. You can definitely use AI, use ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, whatever you use to help you. Just make sure that it sounds like you and it doesn't sound like a robot wrote it. But try not to make it sound like all of the ones that come with the CRM itself. Like anytime I've ever used those canned email campaigns in any of the CRMs that I've used over the years, they sound exactly the same and they sound so darn salesy. It's like, hi, I'm a realtor and I want to sell you something and want to go to an open house this weekend. Like they all just have that vibe to them. And I don't relate to them at all. I don't think they sound good. So I would rather just write something like what we were talked about earlier. Write the whole thing. What I do is I just write the entire email sequence. I put it in a Google Doc. Then I go over to my CRM and I say, email number 1, copy, paste the subject line, copy, paste the body, save. Email number 2, copy, paste the subject line, copy, paste the body, save. And then when you have all of the emails done, you say, now we're going to create an automated sequence. So email number 1 goes out when somebody downloads this guide. Then we're going to wait 24 hours. Then email number 2 will go out. Then we're going to wait 24 hours. Then email number 3 is going to go out. Then we're going to wait 24 hours. If they put in a cell phone number, you can also have automated texts go out. I would say send the email with the thing that they asked for immediately. Like don't even wait 5 minutes, send it immediately, but wait maybe 15 minutes for the text. And then the text is like, hey, Joanne, I saw that you requested that guide. I sent it to you. Did you get it? And they're going to think that that was a real email or a real text message and it wasn't automated. It's pretty cool. If you wait just a little bit of time, but not too long, they don't think that it was a bot. Now they think that it was real. And so they are more likely to respond to it. Okay, so we need the landing page, and it can be from your website or it can be standalone software. It doesn't matter. You need your CRM. There are a million different real estate CRMs. It doesn't even have to be a real estate one. It could be Constant Contact. It could be ConvertKit. It could be ActiveCampaign. It could be MailChimp. It doesn't matter. You just need something that's going to automatically follow up, and not just follow up the one time, but it's going to follow up over and over and over again. And then get the whole thing set up. And if you continually drive traffic to your funnel, so I make a video tomorrow, and then a couple weeks from now, I mention it again. And then a couple of weeks from now, I mention it again somewhere else. And you keep doing that, you will be able to drive traffic to this funnel for a very, very long time. It is awesome. Okay, do we have any questions that I can answer for you? And I also want to let you know that my company is going to start offering done for you funnels this coming week. So I did a couple of live workshops where I taught people how to make funnels over 3 days, and they loved it. And a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, this is the first time I've ever done a funnel. And I'm like getting leads for the first time like this ever. But a lot of people still had not implemented it. Why? Just because there's a lot to do. There's a lot of steps. And so if you would like for us to just build the whole thing for you, we will make your lead magnet, we will make your landing page, we will make your automated follow-up system, we will tie it all together. We will do the whole thing for you. You just tell us, what funnel do you want? We got 5 for you to choose from, and you just pick the one that you want. We are going to only take 10 people because we've never done this before, and I don't want to overwhelm my team where they're like, I hate you, you're the worst boss ever. So we're only going to do 10 people first, and we're doing it at a sharp discount because this is somewhat experimental, that we've never done this for other people. We do it for ourselves, but we haven't done it for other people. So if you want to be one of those 10 people, there's a link in the description below. Put your name on the waiting list, because as soon as this goes live, the people on the waiting list are going to get that email first. And we're only taking the 10. So I have 25,000 people on my email list. I just want to let you know that when I send that email out to everybody on the email list, if you weren't on the VIP list and you get that a couple hours early, you might be very sorry that you waited. So get on the VIP list so that you can be notified about it earlier than everybody else. And that once we reach 10, we're going to say sold out, we're done. We want to do all of these funnels for people and kind of learned, did we run into any roadblocks? Was two-factor authentication a huge problem where we could never log into the person's software? And what can we do to get around that in the future? All that kind of stuff. We'll work out the kinks. And then the next time that we launch this, it's going to be at a higher price. So if you need help having the funnel built for you so you don't have to worry about it, this would be a great way for you to get it done and not have to worry about any of the technology and any of the headaches. Just say, yes, please, go make it for me. Here is all of the information about me. Make it so, number 1. And we will be doing that for you. All right. Thank you for coming to this live stream. I hope that you've been inspired to make a funnel or to have me make one for you. But if you want to make it yourself, that's awesome too. Just don't put it off any longer. Funnels have been, even though I have not been in production now for a couple of years, I get leads every single week from these funnels that I made years and years ago. And then every lead that comes in, I just send it out for a referral fee. I just deposited a referral check yesterday. It's awesome that you can have money coming in, passive income coming in all of the time from work that you did 5, 6, 7 years ago. It's pretty amazing. So the sooner you implement this, the sooner that can be happening for you too. All right, everybody, have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next time.